What's going on, guys? So today we are doing product lifestyle photography, and the way I'm going to be doing that today is using a certain product, and that product is for Serpent Forge. They have been kind enough to send me a ring. We have been working on a project. However, this is not a sponsored project. I did not get paid to say anything today in this video. So this collaboration is between Serpent Forge and I, and we have been coming up with some type of design. Now, the initial design I have thought out for as far as the idea, but they kind of went ahead and perfected it and gave me some 3D mock-ups to be able to see, and I was just astonished at their work. Now, this is 92.5% silver, and it is pretty chunky. Like, it's not your traditional thin ring, but if you do like a little bit of chunkier ring, I highly recommend to go check them out. I'll put the link in the description below, as well as a discount code so you guys can have a discount when you do go at checkout for your entire order. So if you do pick up other things like necklaces and stuff like that, you'll be able to take advantage of the discount on that entire order. Now, if you don't know what product lifestyle photography is, it's pretty much taking a product, wearing it or using it in a fashion that is not so obvious that you're saying, hey, this is the product that I'm representing today. Now, in most product lifestyle photographies, you're gonna have a little bit of a carousel of photos, which kind of represents and gets closer and closer to what you're actually trying to represent as a product in that photography session. Now, today I am going to put my shoes in a person who only has an iPhone. So I brought myself today's iPhone here, which is the iPhone 12 Pro Max. That's the one that I currently use, and it is great. Now, if you don't have this specific phone, or you have a Samsung or Xiaomi phone, or even just an older generation iPhone, you can still do this as well. You don't need something that is really, really good. However, of course, you know, if you tell a client that you are using your phone for, I can see how that kind of gets, but to practice, to be able to do this, you only need a phone. And also, to kind of hinder myself even more, I'm not going to use a tripod today, which would be really useful to have something stabilized so you can put it at different heights and to be able to take really good photos. But in addition to all that I just said, I'm also going to hinder myself from not using Apple Watches or Bluetooth controlled shutter button. Why am I actually hindering myself from all these other things that could help me? Is because I just imagine that a lot of people may not have these fancy things. So if you have a phone at least of any sort, you can still do this. And well, for that matter, you could probably do it with a disposable camera, but you would need to, anyway, that's a whole different story. I will maybe do that video. If you like that video, comment down below and I'll show you that as well. I would say the typical style for a lifestyle product photography for this particular ring would be maybe, you know, on a motorcycle or at nighttime, that kind of stuff, right? But I gotta say, that is way too predictable. I mean, like, you want this ring to look a little bit more dark and grungy, but I'm at a beach. You know, it's colorful, it's blue. The reality is I could probably take a colorful photo here, and because I'm shooting in RAW mode on this phone, I can manipulate the colors however I want to in post later. I can make a photo look 100 different ways if I really wanted to. So I have that flexibility. But I mean, I'm enjoying the sun today. Got, you know, ocean here. Let's try to see what I can do, and I'm going to take several photos for you guys to kind of see on screen here, and we'll see how it goes. All right, let's go. Oh, and just a quick tip here, if you happen to do a product photography and you're getting paid by a client to do so, it is almost best to never include any other branding in your actual photography. So for example, if I'm taking Serpent Forge ring right here, and I have an iPhone, but the Apple logo is showing on this one, is good because it's kind of hidden, so I don't really have to do anything. But if you are taking it, you know, with your iPhone in the scene or something, you might want to cover that up in actual Photoshop or something. But as far as this one, I'm going to be using PGY-TECH right here, also not sponsored for today's video, but I am going to cover this up in the photos before I send it to my client so they can post it on their social media, not having a PGY-TECH also representing in the photo. That just kind of looks weird. It's really unprofessional to do. Okay, so just make sure you Photoshop that out. Any other branding, and I even took out the water bottle that I have for me today, which is this one, which is really good, by the way. Also not sponsored. There's a lot of not sponsorships in here, so consider sponsoring me if you like the video, or the videos that I produce at least. Anyway, so iPhone, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take a general shot of me just kind of I guess facing that way, looking at the ocean. And I'll put the phone down somewhere here. Hopefully I can find somewhere somewhat level. You can always level correct it in post, so that's not really my concern of having it so leveled. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I'm just gonna probably carry my backpack. I'm not sure what kind of pose I'm gonna do. I'm gonna maybe do a couple poses and we'll see how that goes. Also, put it on a timer of 10 seconds so at least you have time to get there and take the photo. All right, let's go. All right, so the first one was a little bit of a fail because I forgot to set exposure and focus to lock it. What you want to actually do is just tap and hold on your screen to be able to lock and set the exposure. And what I'm actually going to do is put the backpack where I'm about to stand, and I'm going to focus on that one. And then hopefully when I stand there and pick up the backpack and get it all ready, and within that 10 seconds, I'll be ready to go. This is a little hectic if you don't have like shutter controls, but you know, again, I'm trying to hinder myself so I can put myself in other people's shoes. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right, hopefully we got it this time. No. I think I just got it when I picked up the backpack and got it ready. Man, this is hard. Okay, let's try one more time. All right, so I got a decent photo. You guys probably didn't see that part because my memory card ran out. Forgot to reformat it. Anyways, the tide is coming in and I gotta get going because this is coming in fast. Look at that. I was actually standing over there and now it's all the way over here. So yeah, I gotta get going. Let's go, guys. All right, so now we've come back on the beachy side of things and we're gonna let the tide come in. I'm a little thirsty. That's pretty good. All right, so now you might be thinking, okay, what am I gonna do for my next photo? I've kind of placed where I am in the photo, my overall environment. So now I'm gonna kind of get a little bit more specific to what may be the item. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a photo of me just holding my bag like this, and it's gonna be kind of a medium shot here. And hopefully I kind of catch a little bit above the torso, my head included, and just kind of me grabbing my strap like this. Now, sometimes you might want to wear the ring upside down depending on how your shot is. For example, if I am going to, let's say if I'm going to grab my strap like this, now if my hand is kind of angled upwards like this, then the ring starts to be upside down. You don't really want that in the photo, so what I tend to do is I tend to just flip this ring around like this. And then if I do have my hands up like this, the ring will be facing the right way up in the photo. So that's kind of my tip for, you know, rearranging some things. Even if it's not a ring, you can, you know, rearrange some of your jewelry or your product the way it should be portrayed, so you can kind of see where, you know, the angles and stuff like that is, and it fully represents the product itself. So I have this rock right here, and this is going to act as my next product photo. I am going to probably just keep the ring upside down like I have it right now because it's facing the right way up when I look at it. And I'm going to, hang on one second, I'm just gonna, and what you want to do is just take a look at how that's going to turn out. So I'm just going to grab onto the rock naturally as I can. Don't try to be all like, you know, position your fingers a certain way. What you want to do is just kind of relax your hand and just take the photo. I mean, there's nothing much to it. So I'm just gonna do that. So that's one shot. The other one that I wanted to take was kind of my upper torso area. So just another tip for you, I would probably put it on selfie mode just to check your framing, and then I would switch the camera around and take it with the back camera once you have everything kind of figured out. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then face that way. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to turn the camera around, set it on a 10-second timer, set the phone down, and click the shutter button. And I stand right about here. All right, so I didn't quite like that one. I didn't really like the way my shirt was kind of billowing right here because of the wind pushing from behind me. So I'm gonna try to face the other way. And having said that, I'm going to put the ring on my other finger because now I'm gonna be facing the other way. And let me just reframe myself with the selfie camera. And then I think I'm just gonna take one strap this time and then have it like so. The good thing is I can tuck in my shirt and no one's gonna really see in the photo, so that's not gonna look too weird. Right around here, and then I'm just gonna look over to the distance and hopefully it takes it. Yeah, I think it looks pretty decent. Rule of thirds, it's on that side. I mean, I'm good with that. everything doesn't need to be in the center when you're taking a photo, so that's pretty good. Now I'm gonna get a little bit more closer to the photo. I didn't really like the hand one, to be honest with you, so I'm gonna try to put maybe my hand in the water here, or maybe pick up some sand. We'll see how things go. I'll probably take one of the ring just solo in the sand, so we'll see how that goes as well. All right, so for this next one, I'm gonna try to maybe take a photo with me just having my hand. Oh, the water's really warm. It's like a hot tub in here. Maybe I'll face this way. There's a little bit too much shadow casting. Okay, so the reason why I took that photo and not really face the ring towards the camera is because there's a lot more other features to this actual ring than just the face of the ring. It has a side band that has really good detail on it, and the sides of the rings underneath it, everywhere has details on the ring, so you need to kind of encapsulate that, and hopefully you kind of get those details. Now I'm going to move on to the sand shot of just the ring, and then we're gonna try to pick up more details of the ring that you guys didn't see. All right, so I found a really good patch of sand here. It's untouched, and I'm going to take this ring off. I'm gonna put it in the sand. You can kind of place it so you either have it just on top of it and you can take a photo like that, or you can push it down a bit, or you can drop it from a certain height to make it natural, like it just kind of sat there for a bit. But however you do it, I would just recommend you to get a lot of light in there. Don't cast shadows with your phone or anything, and yeah, try to do uninterrupted shots. So let's take this and let's see how it goes. So I'm gonna do a kind of a zoom in here. Sometimes taking it upside down is really good. I can barely tell the reflections on the phone screen here if I'm taking a good shot or not. Yeah, some of them look pretty good. So another thing you didn't notice is there are some lettering inside of the ring here engraved, and that quote itself actually means, well, in a long sentence, it would mean, if I was reincarnated 7 times, I will still serve the emperor. So a little bit of history on this ring and the design is, the ring design here is representing a certain samurai, and that samurai is my ancestor, and his name is Kusunoki Masashige, and his statue is actually at the Emperor's Palace in Tokyo, and that is my ancestor, the big statue that's sitting there. At least that is to be, you know, believed to be my ancestor. And so as far as we know, my family, that is where my ancestry started on my dad's side. So yeah, that's pretty cool to know. So I thought that maybe if I have something, and if I made something that always represents my ancestor and I have it on me, then I know my roots, not just because, you know, I am Japanese and Canadian, but to just never forget who your ancestors are and what they did to be able to create this world for us that we live in currently today. So another detail that I forgot to show you guys is behind the ring here. I'm not sure if the camera will focus on it, probably not. Oh, there you go, a little bit. So right behind there is what we call a tori, and the tori is the red kind of cross with the crossbeam. I don't even know how to say it, but anyways, it is that with the mountains behind it, and this symbol right here on the front of the ring represents the clan that my ancestor belonged to back then. Clan is more like a gang, I guess, in today's days, but yeah, that's pretty cool. So I made sure to put that design in there and asked them, please make this a staple of the entire ring. You know, his face is good and all, but that symbol represents his whole entire clan, so that's pretty cool. So the last photo I want to take is actually behind the ring, what I just showed you, and because the actual tori is representing kind of like a rock cliff in the background, I figured out that, you know, I have some rock around me. I'm going to kind of embed this ring into the rock and take the photo really close up with the rock kind of texturing the background of the actual ring. So yeah, hopefully that works. All right, so I'm going to show you the last photo somewhere over here, and that is it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. So if you like this video, please smash the like button and consider subscribing if you are new. And I'm going to actually get going because I might take a swim today. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. If you guys have any questions, make sure to comment down below. And I am starting a new Instagram because my latest one just got hacked into. I lost all my followers and just starting from zero. All right, peace out. Talk to you later.